Hello everybody and welcome to a new video to talk about who's actually responsible for everything from No Man's Sky. Like everybody's probably going to say, things like Sony and maybe like Sean Murray, like that is, a thing that a lot of people think, but I think there's actually a bit more people to sort of blame for it, and one of them is actually pretty weird, but I think it's actually Steam. Um, I will actually show some footage from E3. This is not how the game looks. The game looks way worse than this, and it seems so badass. It's just not how the game looks. So I will show that. But first off, there are absolutely some good things in No Man's Sky, but a lot of things are just, it's full of lies. There is missing content, a ton of it. There are ideas that, he said that are not in the game, so basically again lies. And there's just a lot of really problems, like the game, for a lot of people it crashes, it doesn't run good and everything. And everybody, well, not everybody, a lot of people always say, oh yeah, if it doesn't run good, you basically got like a crap PC and everything, and even if you have a good PC, they say that. And I think that why I also say that Steam, is a bit, or Valve a bit, to sort of blame for it. It's more that, well, first off, they put this game out, like, okay, but I kind of understand that. Like, I don't think they can really say no. I think that's something that they just don't really do. But the thing is, with the whole refunds, I like it that you can get a refund, but I'm going to be honest. I had to, when I wanted to play the game, I had like maybe 30 minutes I maybe had to spend to actually get the game to run good, because every time you change the options, like the graphics options, you have to restart the game, meaning it has to load again and everything. So that is the first thing, and every time I did that, it's because I did it more times, I actually had to redo the intro because it doesn't save the intro, so I have to do that again and again and again. That already takes time. And at the first planet, you're like, cool, you think, oh my god, it's cool, you kind of enjoying it, and you're going around and you're finding new things, what is understandable. So around, and that was for me around the 2 hour mark, I got my ship repaired and I could fly off. Went to the next planet, I saw the same flowers, I saw some of the same things, I saw the animals were sort of put together, and that was when I started seeing the problems. And then around, I think, the 4 hour mark was it, I think, you see that a lot of things are very samey, like the differences are not that big. And then you start reading on the forums everything, and you see that there's missing things. And I know the whole multiplayer thing, but there's more missing. Like, look at this is not how the planets look, and this whole flying thing, that doesn't fucking happen. Like, no, it's not like it makes it look so badass. And that is why I think, for this game, I personally feel that they need to do, the thing that everybody can get a refund, everybody at any playtime, because the first time you actually play this, game, you probably be like, yeah, it's unique, and you go to the second planet, and maybe that one is unique as well. But then you go to the third one, you see that all the outposts are the same, all the drop pods, with the exosuit upgrades are the same. The runes have very little differences. The NPCs, they are basically static. There's nothing really go on. The puzzles are similar. So after you play more of the game, you really notice that it's just a very repetitive game. What is very similar. Like, it's not. And when you look at these trailers, this is not how the game looks. Even from the screenshot, like, it looks much more beautiful than the game really is. Like this, I've never seen this. Like, so many ships at once, shooting like on the fucking planet. Like, no. I mean, like, you got this walker. It does exist in the game, but it's not like that you really see and then run around. You basically need to get a wanted level. Like, it's not like this. Like, this looks pretty alive, but the world is not alive like this. Like, all the animals that you saw in the beginning of the video, like, I've had plans where there were quite a lot of animals together, but not in like such a cool way like this. Come on, it looks gorgeous. Like, look at the grass. Yeah, there is grass, but here it looks much better in my opinion. And that's the thing. And there, this lie said, the footage that they actually showed was scripted. The planets were actually, not generated planets really. They were actually set in a way to show you cool footage, so you know you did not get like the weird and ugly animals and everything. And that is something that I think is a big problem. Like, you got the people saying, well, you know, it's always scripted and everything, but when you say it's not scripted, then it's not the truth. And the same with things like flowers with like zinc and everything. Everyone looks the same, and the resources are also the same. Yeah, there are a few, you know, different resources like gold. Some planets you don't have it or something like that, but it's the same. And you see this repetitive look. Yes, it looks different sometimes, but it's the same shit. And to get like a lush planet like this, I've had I think 2 of them. It's pretty rare. Like, you, a lot of times I don't know if there's like, yeah, the snow planet I had once, but a lot of times like here you see, you know, a sand planet, but like really like sort of a desert more. That's not in the game. And you know, I did another video, you know, talking about that they were censoring things, and I really think that. And then you get a lot of the fans saying, "Oh, you know, look at the reviews. You know, great reviews. You know, more people like it." Well, I'm not a big fan of, you know, Steam reviews, but when you read a lot of these things, you will see, and you know, a lot of these things, like, come on, you know, save game losses. You don't want that, especially in a big game. If my save game got deleted, man, I would be fucking pissed. So just a lot. I even think it's weird, but I know it's a small thing that there are only so little achievements. I expect like 50 of them or something, like just a normal sort of number. This is not a lot. The pricing of the game is you know, expensive. Yeah, I'm not logged into Steam, so otherwise, you know, I do own the game. I did not refund it. I could not even refund it because I was over the playtime already. And back then, I think it was fun. You know, the first hours, you know, I really spent it, and I didn't even know that I played it that long. But after that, it it gets boring, and a lot of people are seeing that. So that's what I wanted to say. That I think there's just more to it. You know, I think Sony is a big thing with it. Um, and yes, Sean, he lies about a lot of things. That really sucks. Like, you know, you don't really expect that from, like, you know, they were a pretty small developer. And yeah, it's just, I personally think that is a bad thing, but I think that Steam should do something like where everybody, you know, just can get a refund. Like, I understand that it was on Steam, or still is on Steam. I really understand that, but this game is in a lot of ways broken. There are people who can't even get past the opening menu. Like, it will just crash. That is not a good thing. And then when you try to fix the problems, you get over the 2 hour mark, and suddenly you can't refund it anymore. And that's pretty quickly to do, because you know, if you get a great planet, like a lush planet, when you start, that's pretty good. And these starting planets are actually not generated as well. These are just planets that you get. Yeah. So thank you for watching, and I see you next time.